Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. So AMOS WAKO fell short of saying that CHEBUKATI has not been doing his work diligently. So he said so after giving a narrative of how the electoral system has been evolving since 1992. He talked about that time when he was the Attorney General, and because he was Attorney General and the Electoral Commission was under the government's wing, so he was in charge as the chairperson of that Electoral Commission. So he used to announce who is the winner from what AMOS WAKO said. So he said that back then, the district commissioners used to serve as a regional chairpeople or chairpersons of the Electoral Commission. They would also play a role as, I think, at the returning officers. They played the role of a returning officer. Those are the regional, the district commissioners. So if you look at what AMOS WAKO said, there's a video I will share with you shortly. If you look at what he said, then the truth of the matter is that the electoral system has evolved. The only problem is the personnel who are being given those mandates of leading those commissions. But the electoral system has evolved. AMOS WAKO said that the only time that elections were free and fair was in 2002, because that is the only election that did not have any petition. So before we get further into that aspect of what AMOS WAKO is saying, I would like to kindly encourage anybody who's watching this video to please subscribe to this channel, because I've noticed that so many people, so many good viewers forget to subscribe. It's so important if you subscribe, because you give us an opportunity to grow. So to those people who have subscribed before, I want to say I'm forever thankful for that support, because without that support, this channel cannot grow. So don't forget to like this video, because again, liking this video is very important to get it shared on the YouTube platform. So let's get into this analysis. So AMOS WAKO fell short of saying that CHEBUKATI na timu yake hawakufanya kazi ipasavyo.
And like before, in my situation where I said, give me a number of names and we shall decide from there. They were just appointing a name and that is it. Of course, you'll agree with me that 21 members are a bit unwieldy, but let me remind you that this is the Electoral Commission which delivered the 2002 general elections, whose results were uploaded and accepted locally here in Kenya, regionally and internationally. And I believe it was the only general election in the multi-party era, and that is after we amended the Constitution, where no election petition was filed challenging the election of the president. So
he narrated how in 1992 the opposition stormed his office and demanded that the electoral commission that was there back then, which was headed by the Attorney General, be disbanded. And he said that he was given one message to deliver to the president, that it must be disbanded and new members must be appointed. So that is what AMOS WAKO was trying to give us as form of the history of what used to happen back then. So from the presentation of AMOS WAKO, all of it, I listened to the presentation, but I managed to pick only this part because it's relevant to our analysis. But the presentation bordered around the fact that it is true 2022 election was not free and fair. That is what AMOS WAKO said. And let me tell you this, that AMOS WAKO has been a friend to Raila Amolo Odinga. That's why He was a senator of Busia, courtesy of ODM. But this time round, I think is Okiya Omtata who took that helm of that senator position. So Amos WAKO recently congratulated William Ruto's win and said that he won fair and square. That's what he said. I don't know whether you remember when William Ruto had toured Busia County, I think it was Busia County, for a meeting with the Busia people. He told William Ruto that you should not be afraid because you won fair and square. But if you listen to what he said yesterday, he was talking about correcting the IEBC. That the IEBC haiko sawa. Reconstitution of the IEBC is paramount. That is what the former Senator Busia said.
Since I think 2007, the third is the so-called commissions which are expert-based, where the election board, through advertising, interviewing, and selecting the members on merit. This has been Kenya's experience under the new constitution. This looks good on paper and has been a point in its favor. However, the electoral commission so appointed have not inspired confidence up to now. And
that is the case. Then where does this whole thing leave us? A total disbandment of the IEBC or just a reconstitution of the IEBC? What do you make of what Amos WAKO said? You can go below the comment section and tell us what your take is as far as the advice that Amos WAKO is giving. So he said that in 2002, that is the only time that elections were free and fair. Meaning, in 2007, it was not free and fair. 2013, not free and fair. 2017, not free and fair. 2022, not free and fair. The next 4 elections have never been free and fair. That is what Amos WAKO said in the video that I shared there. In very few words, Amos WAKO is literally supporting the audit of results to better the electoral process going forward. Kwamba itakuwa ikifanyika, basi election ikifanyika, itakuwa iko sawa. So he is asking for a reconstitution of the IEBC because the way the IEBC is at the moment, haiko sawa. And this, I think, is a total embarrassment to CHEBUKATI, who declined to offer the presentations regarding matters of IEBC, but opted to stay away. So leaders who have gone there, all of them, wameonyesha heshima kwa ile boma stock. Lakini CHEBUKATI hakuonyesha heshima, Boya Mulu hakuonyesha heshima, Gulia hakuonyesha heshima. So let's just look at the position status of Amos WAKO na Gulie. Who is highly ranked? Definitely you'd say Amos WAKO. But look at this. Amos WAKO honors the Boma stocks and come and offers a memorandum. What about Boya Mulu, Gulia? They refused. It's as if they were belittling the whole process. So they declined to offer their own presentations, stayed away. It's as if they were looking at the whole process and saying that the process is hi-fi. That is what I make from that move by CHEBUKATI, Boya Mulu, and Gulia to stay away from the talks and refuse to offer their own submission. So, ladies and gentlemen, just go below the comment section and tell us what you make or what you understand by the statements of Amos WAKO, who says that the only election that was free and fair ilikuwa ni ile ya 2002, whereby Moi was exiting power, and then there was a contest between Uhuru and Mwai Kibaki. That time, Raila Amolo Odinga and the team of Saitoti had become from KANU and formed the Liberal Democratic Party. And there was also Charity Ngilu who formed, who was also there. I think it was with Kibaki. Charity Ngilu was with Kibaki. And then there was this idea of merger, because the idea was that if we split the Kikuyus, then definitely the idea of Moi will not work. Back then, Uhuru was still young, and I think Kenyans did not want to entrust him with their leadership. Not that he was bad, but he was still young back then. So what happened thereafter is that there was a merger between LDP na NAK. NAK ndio hiyo charity ingine and the like. So they ended up forming NARC, NAC, which was an umbrella of so many parties, including Ford Asili. Ford Asili was not there because Nyachae was not part and parcel of this because he wanted to be the flag bearer, but Raila chose to say Kibaki tosha. So I think that's where the enmity between Raila na Nyachae ilianzia hapo. Lakini hiyo, that's a story, that's just an old story that we didn't want to visit. But the bottom line here is that AMOS WAKO says that 2002 ndio election ambayo ilikuwa free and fair. So kindly, if you first time viewer, or regular viewers not subscribe, please just do so by subscribing, give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. So until you catch up again, please stay safe and stay blessed.